I poured in you like Sunday morning light. Warm hands, soft voice, stayed up through your nights. Held your doubts like they were fragile glass. Built you steady while you learned to stand. You wore my love like it was custom made, but never once said you liked the shade. Got so used to what I gave for free. It's funny how you breathing in like it's just supposed to be there. Never thinking the sky above, just assuming it falls. You love, you ungrateful, wrapped in all the grace I gave you. Ate from plates, I set the table. Still looked at me like I was replaceable. Ungrateful, drinking from a well that I dug. Calling it love, but never once calling it love. You don't see the hands that built you, you just see what they can give. Ungrateful, that's a lonely way to live. I was the calm when your storms got loud. Your quiet pride in a broken crowd. Taught you patience, taught you truth. Now you wear it like it grew in you. Confidence stitched in your chest, but you forget who hemmed the edges. You say you did it by yourself. That's the part that hurts the most. You confuse receiving with deserving. That entitlement is heavy when you never say thank you. It says more than you tell me. You ungrateful. All that love and still you're empty. All that favor and no empathy. How you miss what's right in front of you. Ungrateful. You treat devotion like a giving, like the sun just owes you living. But even like it's tired of shining, you don't see the hands that built you. You just see what they can give. Ungrateful, that's the only way to live. I don't need applause, I just needed honesty. A little I see you would've meant everything to me. But silence speaks loud when appreciation dies and love can't survive where acknowledgement hides. I'm grateful, not for what I gave, but for who I was while you were becoming. I'm grateful. You never value the source, only the outcome. Now look what it's costing. I'm grateful. I hope one day you feel what it's like to pour and not be seen. Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the love palace. Welcome to a daily dose of D. Wrap yourself in satin truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of D. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the love palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchored down, baby, daily dose of D. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows.
Some people cheat and still smile in your face. People who break trust and still want loyalty from you. People who want honesty but hands out lies like candy. But the real question is not just did they cheat? The real question is what was missing inside of them that made betrayal feel easier than the truth? Because cheating ain't always about love. Sometimes it's about ego. Sometimes it's about insecurity. And sometimes it's about plain all attention. People are so disconnected from themselves that they hurt others trying to fill a void nobody else can fill. A cheater can sit at the table, eat your food, hold your hand, and say, I love you, and still be entertaining someone else emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually. That is why discernment matters. Everybody that says they love you does not value you. And everybody that hurts you is not necessarily healed enough to love correctly. So today, we're asking the uncomfortable question: do cheaters really prosper? Or are they simply surviving in the cycles they refuse to break? Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. We're going to talk about it today. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I am your host, GoddessDee of Love. We have made it to Thursday. It's almost Friday. They call it Thursday Eve, right? But today here at Daily Dose of Dee, we're going to call this Trust Who Thursday. Did you see that? Trust Who Thursday. So, with that being said, now, this word of the day always follows with, where's the love at? So, don't nobody be getting in their feelings talking about, I'm talking about them. If it resonates with you, it's content, okay? And I always follow whatever we're going to do and where's the love at, okay? So, don't nobody take none of this personally to themselves as Goddess D is saying it to them. I'm just giving y'all the information. All right. So let's get to it on this Trust Food Thursday. The word of the day, if you do not notice, is cheater. Okay. A person who acts dishonestly or uses unfair or deceitful methods in order to gain an advantage, especially in a relationship or a competition. And this Trust Who Thursday, we have the quote of the day: the bitterest truth is always preferable to the sweetest lie. A cheater loves their lives more than the person they liked. Mm, I like it. But you know how we do it here at Daily Dose of D. Once again, I want to welcome everybody coming into the building. If you're new here, I am your host, GoddessDee of Love. This is where we talk about healing, love, relationships, how to become your higher self, and everything that has to do with self care. But today, here, right now, and you know how I do, I'm about to break down this word of the day, which is cheater. So let me say what the definition is again, okay? A cheater is a person who acts dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain something for themselves. So in a relationship, cheating happens when someone breaks trust, loyalty, commitment, or emotional agreement with another person. Now, the word cheat comes from Old English, which was originally connected to fraud, deception, taking something dishonestly. The root of cheating is definitely deception. That means hiding truth, manipulating reality, and representing one thing while doing a whole nother thing. Mhm. Cheating is deeper than the physical action. It begins with dishonesty. Before somebody cheats with their body, they usually cheat with their mind first. It starts with all them secrets, inappropriate conversation, and then emotional attachment. Then it's followed by lies, being sneaky, or feeding energy somewhere it does not belong. Yeah. Now listen, family. I just opened the door and already stepped into a deep conversation, right? Because cheating is one of those topics that touches almost everybody in some type of way. Either you experienced it, you witnessed it, you healed from it, or maybe you are still trying to understand why it happened to you, or you might be the person that's cheating. I'm just saying. And sometimes the hardest part is not even the cheating itself, it's the overthinking afterward, the wondering, the questioning yourself, the replaying of the conversations in your head, trying to figure out where things change. But let me say this before we continue: never lose yourself. Try to trying to understand somebody else's lack of honesty is going to make you lose yourself. Y'all know y'all are tuned into Daily Dose of D today, right? I'm your girl, Goddess D, and if this conversation is speaking to you already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share this message with somebody who might need it, okay? Because these conversations are not just content, they are healing spaces here at the Love Palace. And like I say, remember, everybody has a superpower. You just have to look inside and find yours. And I'll be right back right after these messages.
A cheater is a person who has no loyalty, low morality, and feels no guilt. They're comparable to a robber because cheating not only steals your trust, but also snatches away feelings, sanity, and peace of mind. If you're no longer happy and contented with your partner, it's better to speak up and be honest rather than robbing someone and causing them pain and misery. Remember that.
Essential, let the magic flow. Bath and spray, a gentle start. Body butter, woman, every part. Crystals hum.
Shimaka, you outdid yourself with this scent.
Shines, every drop, every scent. Shimaka essentials, my heart's content. Shimaka essentials, house of blessings.
Welcome back, family. Welcome back. You see that Shamaka Essentials commercial for those aromatherapy sprays. I seen watermelon. I seen secret garden. All the nice sprays for the spring and the summer. Okay, make sure you tap into Shamaka Essentials for them good aromatherapy sprays. And go ahead and check out the website at www.shamakaessentials.com, and you can see a variety of things along with holistic royalty by Kels on there as well. Okay, so tap into Shamaka Essentials, check out the new aromatherapy sprays and anything else you might find on there. Okay, now, all right, we back here talking about What we talking about? We talking about the word of the day on this Trust Who Thursday. In the title and discussion is about broken trust and hidden truths. hmm Tonight, we're talking about cheating, betrayal, trust, and the emotional impact it leaves behind. Now, when we understand what a cheater is and where the word came from, let's go deeper, okay? Because cheating is not always as obvious as people think. Cheating is a betrayal of trust. It is when somebody knowingly crosses boundaries that will hurt the person they claim to care about. Some people only think cheating means sex, but cheating can happen emotionally, financially, mentally, digitally, and spiritually. Cheating is doing things in private you would not comfortably do in front of the person you claim to love. If you have to hide, you have to hide it, delete it, lie about it, minimize it, or put the blame when confronted, somewhere inside you already know it's wrong. Now, I want to talk about these five different types of cheating because there's actually five different types of cheating. Did y'all know that? Well, obviously, we know what the first one is, right? That's the physical cheating. That's what most people think about first: the kissing, the sexual intimacy, the physical involvement outside of the relationship. Physical cheating breaks trust because the body was shared where commitment was expected. Let me say that again because I think people tend to be like, yeah, it's the physical side, which it is. The physical treating, it breaks the trust because the body was shared with someone you made a commitment to. Now, let's talk about that second one. You know, I got to talk about them emotions, right? Emotional cheating. hmm This one, it cuts deep. And this is the one that really affected me, and I'm being transparent. Because emotions create attachment. Emotional cheating happens when somebody gives emotional intimacy, vulnerability, attention, affection, or connection to another person in a way that competes with the relationship. Sometimes people say nothing physical happened, but emotional cheating can damage somebody just as, yeah. Then we have the third one, especially now in the social media digital world that we have. There's actually digital cheating, people. Yes, digital cheating. Social media has changed relationships drastically. You can have secret DMs, inappropriate texting, hiding message. There's dating apps. There's flirtatious conversations. There's late night FaceTime. And then entertaining attention online can all become forms of cheating. Some people are faithful in person, but behind that scene, behind the screen, I should say, they're unfaithful. Mhm. Let's get into the fourth one. That's financial cheating. This happens when somebody lies about money, hides their purchases. You got a secret account, you keep a secret account. You create hidden debt or manipulate finances in the relationship. Excuse me. Trust is not only emotional, trust includes responsibility and honesty. Now we made it to the fifth one, everybody. This is your spiritual or mental cheating. Yes, this is a real thing, people. This happens when somebody mentally checks out of their relationship while still physically remaining there. Let me say that again. This happens when somebody mentally has checked out of the relationship, but their physical body is still there. They stop investing emotionally and they stop communicating honestly and start living a double life mentally. And sometimes the relationship ended emotionally long before anybody said it out loud. Mhm. Yeah. So, did y'all get the five types? So we're going to go backwards. It's actually six, but spiritual and mental cheating is together, okay? We have that. We have the financial. We have the digital. We have the emotional. And then we have the physical. The five types of cheating. So listen, family. This conversation right here is probably making some people feel a little bit uncomfortable. And honestly, I'm going to tell you that's okay because growth usually starts with uncomfortable truth. Okay? Because some people only count cheating with physical lines are crossed, but emotional wounds can cut just deep. A hidden conversation, a secret attachment, or emotional connection outside your relationship can slowly damage trust in ways people don't talk about enough. And let's be real for a second. Social media has made temptation way too accessible. Hmm. Some people are in committed relationships, but still entertaining outside attention because validation became addictive. Mm. Seeking that validation became addictive. So, this is why self awareness matters. So, we're going to take a deep breath and take a breath right here. Grab your drink or drinks. Go ahead and text somebody you trust if this topic hits home. And I will be right back after these messages.
5 different forms of cheating. Number 1 is obviously physically getting involved with somebody. That's having sex with them or kissing them, anything of that matter. Number 2, we have hiding things from your partner, and that is also withholding information. I don't want to hear nothing. That shit is cheating, because why should you hide anything from your partner? The fuck? Number 3, we have emotional cheating, which is entertaining anybody to any capacity. And that goes for y'all that have work husbands and work wives and actually hold relationships with them, like flirting and all that shit. That shit is fucking weird. Number 4 is intent. And what I mean by that is when y'all be hearting people's pictures under people's likes. That's inappropriate, especially if you have previous relationships with them. And also, like leading people on. Why are you doing that for? Winking, flirting, all that shit. That's intentionally cheating. I don't want to hear none of that. Then number 5, we have mentally cheating, which is basically like you lusting over somebody, you wanting to be somebody, like in your head, like, oh my God, I want this person so bad. Like you just fantasizing over somebody. Long story short, if you don't want it done to you, don't do it to your partner, because it just might be cheating.
Welcome back, beautiful souls. Welcome back. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for that deep meditation. I heard, let me tell y'all what I heard. I heard that we moving to chair yoga tomorrow. I don't know. That's what I heard. So we didn't. I think we getting out of the bed now, and I think she's moving to the chair yoga. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Holistic Royalty by Kels. You feel me? Tomorrow, Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, the meditation, and then there's the yoga. Either it's in the bed or in the chair. We gonna see. Okay. So tonight's conversation that we're having today is not about judging people. Let me be clear about it. It's not about judging people. It's about understanding the behavior, recognizing the patterns, and protecting your peace moving forward. Now, let's get into one of the biggest questions people ask after betrayal. Can somebody actually love you and still cheat on you? I'm going to let you think about that. Because you here at Daily Dose of Dee where we have these real conversations and we have this real healing, right? So if you've been enjoying this conversation, won't you go ahead and hit the like button and share? And you could also follow me on the new page on TikTok, The Love Palace, on Instagram, The Love Palace, okay? Why are you thinking about that? Now, go ahead and share this live out and hit that like button, okay? So, does cheating only apply in romantic relationships? Then we're going to talk about that other question, okay? No, it doesn't. Because people can cheat in friendships, cheat with family members. People cheat family members. Let me say that correctly. And people can cheat business partners. People can cheat coworkers, and people can even cheat themselves. A friend can cheat your trust by betraying your secret, telling all your business, something that's really deep and important to you that you confided in. A business partner can cheat you financially, withholding money or not giving money. A parent can cheat their children emotionally by abandoning responsibility. A person can cheat themselves by living beneath their potential. Cheating exists anywhere honesty and trust are accepted. Let me say that again. Cheating exists anywhere honesty and trust are expected. So back to that question. Can a cheater actually love you? This is one of the hardest truths people struggle with. I know I did. And yes, some cheaters do love the person they hurt. But love without discipline, honesty, and accountability and respect becomes very, without respect, becomes very dangerous. Some people love you emotionally, but not mature enough to protect your heart. Some people confuse possession with love. Mhm. Others want comfort, security, or that validation and attention while still chasing excitement outside the relationship. Love is not only words or feelings. Real love, that real love requires responsibility. And a person can love you and still hurt you because they have not healed themselves. That don't excuse the betrayal. Now let me keep it a buck. But it explains why broken people sometimes create broken situation. Mhm. Now, wait a minute. Because what we just talked about right there probably touched some people's hearts. And a lot of people struggle with the ideal that somebody could say, I love you, and still betray them. The truth is, Love Palace family, love without emotional maturity can become painful real fast. Sometimes people love you the best way they know how, but their best is still unhealthy. That is why healing matters, accountability matters, and self control matters. And let's normalize this one too. Loving somebody should never require losing yourself. Let me say that again. Let's start normalizing that loving somebody should never require losing yourself. If you are constantly anxious, questioning your worth, checking phones, losing sleep, or carrying emotional stress because somebody keeps breaking trust, that relationship may be costing you more than it is pouring into you. So you guys know you're tapped into Daily Dose of Dee, right? I'm giving you some dose today. This conversations continue beyond the screen because healing is not a one-day process. Let's keep that in mind. So stay with me, everybody, because we're about to talk about whether people can truly change after cheating and how people sometimes cheat themselves in life, even without realizing. Right after these messages.
So y'all really be out here being faithful friends to people who aren't even faithful partners. Is that what? Y'all really think that these people who took vows, these people who have committed their lives and their time to other people, they out here scheming, cheating, doing all this kind of stuff. And these is y'all's friends. These are y'all's friends who you think is going to be faithful and loyal to you. And they not even doing that with the person who they telling that they love. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all enablers is going to get hurt. Y'all deserve to get y'all's feelings hurt. Get you some new friends and morals and integrity.
We bring the light higher, fire in the rhythm, heat in the sound. COC energy shaking the ground.
Welcome back, family. You know your girl done did something right. Certified inside coach. hmm So my job is not to answer, help you. My job is to help you find the answers, not give you the answer. You might just need a little insight. And you can reach me, like I said, on TikTok at the LUV Palace and the Love Palace LOVE on Instagram as well. There's a new page. Y'all go ahead and follow me on that page, all right? And if you want a personal insight coach, I got you covered. You can just hit, all the information is on Instagram on how we can set that up, okay? And it's going to be dropped in the chat. All right. So let's go ahead and continue this conversation. Let me give you some insight about this conversation on cheating. You feel me? Because the next part of this conversation is important because many people stay stuck between forgiveness and fear. They wonder if people can actually change or if the patterns always repeat themselves. So let's talk honestly about growth, accountability, mhm, and whether once a cheater, always a cheater. Is that really true? That's what that saying is. Y'all have heard it, right? Once a cheater, always a cheater. It's not always true. People can change, but change requires accountability, self awareness, honesty, maybe some therapy, discipline, and genuine remorse. The problem is many people say sorry without changing behavior. Let me say that again. The problem is many people say sorry without changed behavior. Yeah. They want forgiveness without transformation. They want trust restored without rebuilding the damage. Patterns matter more than promise. If somebody repeatedly cheats, lies, manipulates, blames others, avoids accountability, then the cycle usually continues. But there are people who generally confront their actions, grow from them, and become different versions of themselves. The real question is not did they cheat once? The real question is did they truly change? So, how can you yourself cheat yourself in life? Because people cheat themselves every single day. You cheat yourself when you settle for less than what you deserve. You cheat yourself when fear keeps you from your purpose. You cheat yourself when you ignore your gifts. You cheat yourself when you stay in a toxic environment that destroys your peace. You cheat yourself when you lie to yourself about who you are. Sometimes the biggest betrayal is self betrayal. You cannot expect honesty from others if you're constantly abandoning yourself. Let me come up and say that, Coach. You right there. You cannot expect honesty from other people if you are constantly abandoning yourself. So, how do you avoid becoming a cheater? Now that we know what the cheater is, we know the different types, we know that you can even cheat on yourself. How do we avoid becoming that? You start with becoming honest with yourself. People who avoid accountability often avoid truth internally first. Learn to communicate before problems become secret. Learn to leave situations respectfully instead of juggling people emotionally. Heal your insecurities instead of feeding them through attention. Stop chasing validation from strangers when you already have commitment at home. Stop chasing validation from strangers when you have a commitment at home. Go ahead and set boundaries. Respect people's hearts. Understand that temporary pleasure can create permanent damage. And if you no longer want the relationship, be mature enough to say it honestly instead of creating trauma through deception. The question that I started off with is, why do some cheaters seem to be prosperous? Sometimes it looks like cheaters win because life keeps moving for them. They'll smile online, enter new relationships, and act unbothered. But appearances, we know, can be very misleading, right? Prosperity is not just money, attention, or temporary happiness. Real, real prosperity is peace. Real prosperity is integrity. And real prosperity is sleeping out night without guilt, manipulation, or chaos following you everywhere you go. Some people gain temporary excitement but lose a genuine connection. Some people collect attention but never experience a real intimacy because trust has been destroyed repeatedly. Eventually, those unresolved behavior, they catch up with you. It catches up spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and relationally. So a question for you guys out there. Have you ever been cheated on and blamed yourself for somebody else's dishonor? Have you ever ignored the red flags because you love the potential of a person more than their actions? Mhm. And have you ever cheated yourself by staying somewhere your spirit already knew you had outgrown? You're staying in a relationship where you know you outgrown it. Your spirit is telling you. You mentally have checked out. Have you stayed in a relationship like that? Hmm. Things to think about, right? Okay, Love Palace family. Let me go ahead and close this all up for you. We're going to wrap this up today about cheating. Well, here at Daily Dose of Dee. So, cheating is not always bodies touching. Sometimes it is breaking promises. It's silence growing louder than communication. And sometimes it's looking somebody in their eyes while feeding them half truth and hidden intention. People say loyalty is raw now. Hmm. But maybe honesty became uncomfortable first. See, we live in a world where people want relationship goals without relationship work. Okay? And people want loyalty while entertaining temptation. People want understanding while refusing accountability. And somewhere in the middle of all that, hearts are breaking quietly. But let me say this to you clearly, Love Palace family. Being cheating on does not reduce your value. Somebody else's inability to honor you is not proof that you are unworthy of love. Sometimes people fumble good people because they are still battling broken versions of themselves. And sometimes the greatest revenge is not getting even. The greatest revenge is healing, evolving, growing, and refusing to become bitter from what tried to break you. So I say this to you: protect your spirit, protect your peace, protect your integrity. Because at the end of the day, cheating may gain temporary pleasure, but the truth will always outlive deception. All right, Love Palace family. Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. This is a deep conversation, right? But this conversation doesn't end here. Y'all know it's Thursday. This discussion continues right here at the Love Palace or at Come On Brother with big mouthpiece, not the little one, at Where Is the Love At? And that's airing 7 p.m. Eastern Standard or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's Cheating and Prosperous. You already know we're going to go on a whole different level at Where's the Love At, right? So once you tap in, the information will be dropped into the chat as well. If you don't know, or if you're subscribed here, you can watch it here. But I want you to watch it here and over there, and hit the like button here, and hit the like button over there, and share it out over here, and share it over there. Okay, at Where's the Love At? I want to thank everybody for coming to the Love Palace. Peace and love. We talked about a different form of love today, didn't we? So shout out to the replay game. Peace and love to all of you guys. I will be so grateful if you come back to Where's the Love At tonight. So take a little break and then come back, okay? And remember this. Everybody wants loyalty until loyalty requires discipline. And everybody wants honesty until honesty becomes uncomfortable. And everybody wants love, but real love begins with truth. I am GoddessDee Love. This is Daily Dose of Dee, reminding you that everybody has a superpower. You just have to look inside and find your peace and love. And see you real soon.
If you lie to yourself and cheat yourself, well, then you're not fooling anybody but yourself. But if you actually get up every day and you got that action, and you got that energy that's like, I have to go and do this because I'm trying to get here. And you know every day you're working towards that, well, you're going to get there. It may take you longer, some may do it shorter, but you're not going to lose.
You tapping, you boss. Yeah. GoddessDee. Yeah. We asking one question tonight. Where the love?
Where the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where's the love while we keep switching it up? When it won't honesty, men just won't trust.
Where's the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where's the love?
Maybe we both messed up.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Where Is the Love? We're glad you tuned in.
Blessings on blessings. We appreciate you for sharing your time with us today.
You want peace but don't give respect. Then wonder why my attitude, nigga. You say I'm emotional, I say you cold. You say relax, I say be bold. You say loyalty, I say time. Love ain't words if you never show sign.
Now you looking confused like,
what did I do?
now she looking right back like,
You know the truth, huh?
she looking right back like,
You know the truth.
no.
Where is the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where is the love while we keep switching it up? Women want honesty, men just want trust.
Where is the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where is the love?
Maybe we both messed up. Tune in tonight, let's talk about us.
He say I'm working hard just to build my name.
She don't just love, she heals and keep. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of Dee in the needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily dose.